Welcome, Rise of Industry fans, to Rise of Industry with Omnius Prime. Episode 3, Expanding into New Regions. Before I can expand into new regions, I still have to keep expanding my businesses here in Poole and make more money. Right now, I have a PR event that says cost of all buildings reduced 38% for 22 months. And that came along just in time for me to build some new buildings. A new berry farm, a new cotton farm, some new dye buildings, some new fiber buildings, 3 of them. And now, 3 light fabric buildings. So that cost me 4.06 million. Okay, and so this game is kind of there's ebb and flow to it. You're going to do some building, then you're going to run some clock to absorb what you've just built and get it up and running and build up your cash. Then you're going to spend it again. I mean, look at this. I've got 773.74 thousand. Okay, so I kind of was able to build all this, 2 new water plants. Now you notice that these guys aren't pumping out 5 and 5 each. Okay, so I've left a little space here, but I'm doing a better about matching up my what I need here to what I'm growing here, and of course to the amount of money that I have to spend. So yeah, it takes a lot of money, and it takes a little bit of experience trying to guess how much you're going to need to spend. Now, one other thing you might have noticed that when I'm building stuff, like say here, notice how in between the fields, like where I placed a road, I'll leave a gap there in case I want to run road there in the future. You see how that right there, there's a line between these 2 wheat fields, okay? And then you look along the sheep fields, you see that line running down. So I kind of pre-planted, like here between the vegetable fields, you see the gap, and I can run potential roads out that way. So I'm always thinking ahead. And what's going to be funny is right here in between this rubber tree field and this sugar field, see, in between here, that gap is going to shoot out to the copper, to the, where's it, the oil field. Yeah. One of these, oh, it's this one, the road that's going to run out to the oil field. But I do like to kind of like, build so that I'm always allowing myself room to put in a new set. Like you see how there's the water plant and there's the farm, and now since it's running some water to the dye plants, okay. So I'm trying to this will be running some water to some new dye plants along with the berries, and this is running to the cotton here. Because I got 4 cotton right here instead of just 5. And that's why I've got 4 pumping out of these 2 water pumps. So let's take a quick look up at the tech tree. So now I'm at the train. So I'm doing the advanced trains. I've kind of lost focus here on research. I brought up a couple of new items, copper tubing and copper wire, before I decided to build tunnels and bridges. Because I think it's time to expand into a new region. So if we come up here, let's take a look at companies. I haven't shown you this yet. So let's open up these 3 companies. It's me and the 2 AIs. So here it shows that I have stocks worth 50.96 million and I'm prospering. This People LLC has got stocks worth 51.09 million, and he's gaining, which isn't as good as prospering. Force LLC is worth 63.76 million and is gaining. Okay, its main track tree is advanced distribution, as is the other one. And now I'm at advanced distribution as well. But I'm doing better on the cash flow. And then the top production is like I'm making 70 water, 28 wheat, and 20 cotton. The AI is making 49 water, 14 wheat, 12 sugar. So you can see, 35 water, 16 wheat, 12 olives. And so it's selling 10 raw rubber, 9 beef, 8 potato. Here it's got 14 gas, 14 oil, and 12 sugar, a little better. I've got 17 wheat, 16 wood, 16 gas. So I'm actually doing a little better than these guys. Now over here, amount of permits, I have 1. And both of the other have 2. Because what they did is they bought some permits up to operate in different areas. Let's see. Trying to figure out which one. Did anybody buy gasket yet? Let's see. Did somebody buy gasket? Contract? I don't see any active contract. It's always kind of tough to figure out who's bought what. Might be San Leandro. Tell you what, let's go take a look at San Leandro. Right there. The fast way to get to the places. Let's just see. No, not contracts. So nope. So nobody's got that one. Here we go. Somebody bought Emmett, and you can see the oil and gas. So that's Emmett. Heavy industrial. And so it doesn't really tell me who owns it, except by the color, which is the light blue. And someone else owns, trying to figure out by the color where the other purchase went. Yeah, that might be gasket that was bought. Let's just take a look here. Make offer for permit. 35.68 million. Well, let's get back to my spot here. But none of them bought Belle Valley, the bigger city. And so, yeah, it's time for me now to catch up with these 2 AIs and get me another region. So I'm just leveling up here, building up my cash flow, 597,000 last month. And here's some other features that I haven't shown you yet. There's a production overview where I can look at my factories, okay, and see that they're all running at 100% on the salaries. And here I get last month's efficiencies and last year's efficiencies, expenses, last year's expenses. So I get a bunch of information here on factories, farms, gatherers, okay, logistics buildings, the warehouses, the pollution, resources, now if I'm making a profit or not. So here it looks, this month. Now if I look at last 12 months, I can see that I'm losing some money on gas. making it on oil, making it on wood, and I'm losing money on water because I'm not selling water. It's my sales are zero. It's an input so that I can grow wheat and vegetables and crops and stuff, or help to make dyes and later on what is it? Oh, the paper roll, combining wood and water. So there's a few uses for water. So water you're just not going to make money on. The gas, I'm kind of surprised that I'm really getting hosed on the profit here. But the oil's making up pretty good. Of course, I'm also selling more and reducing the price of my gas. So that does show that if you overproduce and reduce the price, yeah, that's not always good for profit. Here I've got a few items now. Chemicals. It's an input for the scrubber, so I'm not going to make any money on the chemicals. I am making money on the dye, although I am losing money on the fibers for some odd reason. And my profit margin's down there. My farm produce, cotton. Since I'm using it in fibers and stuff, I know that I'm going to lose money. Wheat, the same thing. I'm going to lose money because it's also an input for livestock. But otherwise, the rest of my veggies and the berries, they're making some money. And that's nice because even with the berries that's going into the dye, I'm still, for some odd reason, making money on the berries, which is cool. And if I look at the livestock, so I'm losing money on the beef, losing money on the leather, losing money on the milk. So it almost looks like beef's kind of a loser right there for me. Am making money on the mutton and losing a little bit of money on the wool, like what 71,000 on the mutton and losing almost 6,000. So I'm making, I guess, a net of about 65,000 on the sheep farm. But for some odd reason, I'm losing more on the cow farm. But these are the kind of things that this is the first game that I played of Rise of Industry, so got to learn this stuff. And so as I learn it, I want to share it with people. Here's the recipe book. So if you want to know how something is made, like hops, okay, it shows 1 water in, I get 2 hops out. Let's look at factories. Let's look at, say, Glassworks. And let's look at copper tubing. So 2 copper goes in, 2 copper tubes come out. Okay? Copper wire, 2 copper go in, 2 copper wires come out. And that's the one area that I'm going to be expanding in. So this recipe book tells you, the inputs. 2 steel, bring out 2 steel barrels. So this gives you an idea of how to, what items you need to combine to create products, especially the tier 1, 2, and 3 products. And then when you get into the heavy duty, the components and stuff like that. So let's see. Oh yeah, here we have a global market. I really don't pay too much attention to this, but it gives you pricing, I guess, on the global market. Oh, and it does tell you which cities buy wood, and it tells you at how much. So that is kind of a useful little thing, like who buys coal and how much. Produced at a copper mine. Doesn't look like anybody buys copper in this map, okay? So there's some fish, gas is sold in a lot of places, iron ore. No one's buying iron ore. And there's a bunch of cities for the oil and sand, and no one buying water, and then there's wood. So not every city buys the same stuff, even though they might have the same stores, farmers market, hardware store. They're not always buying the same stuff. So let's just. Oh yeah, and then I found out today that this state thing here, I can choose a particular raw resource, like if I want to buy some wood, and then I can send it to one of my locations. Okay? So if I wanted to buy wood and then send it to, let's just say my warehouse, and I can tell it how much I want to send. And then state will send me wood. Of course, it isn't going to be cheap. Here, this is saying deliver 14 beef to Odessa. You know I'm not going to bid on this. Yeah, just say no to contracts. Just say no to contracts. So there we go. So I guess maybe everybody said no to contracts. Let's get back to full speed, and let's watch these new factories light up here. Yeah, I had started on, I think it was October 1st of year 6. So it's about 6 months later from when I just left off in the previous episode. So as you can see now, trucks going to the farms getting to the new factories and stuff. Then it takes a little while for the new factories to get the good stuff, but you can see how the fabric factories up here are starting to all pick up. And, come on, go away. And then we'll have that one disappear, and you can see everybody's working just fine. And now being able to deliver more goods. And Belle Valley. And nope. So I'm going to be back in a moment, and we'll see what I did with my next build. Back, it is now January 5th of year 8. Not your typical first of the month. If I look at my headquarters here, I see that I've taken out a loan with Poole for $20 million, 36 payments, 611.11 thousand per payment, interest rate 10%. Now, what on earth did I do borrowing $20 million? Okay, well, let's visit Belle Valley. I did say something about expansion into a new region, and here it is, Belle Valley. Okay, the other big city that starts with 3 stores. Now, what's beautiful about Belle Valley? It has the ironmongery. It wants copper wire, copper tubing, okay, steel, okay. Also has some different little items that it likes to buy. Now, hops, it's only got demand of 4, doubled is 8, so I'm not going to touch hops because, you know, I don't want to build a small hops farm, okay? I'll build the olive farm, 8 doubled to 16, so build the, you know, the 10 farm, yeah, they'll keep the price. Even though it's only 134%, the price will be solid. Potatoes, 6 doubled is 12. So yes, I'm going to do that, build a potato farm, okay? There's some fishies. Now, I don't have any fishies. And so not every region has fish. And I didn't see how in my game how any new resources popped up, even though I do have like an insane amount of resources, and they don't need to be replenished. So a lot of stuff that I could build here. One of the new things that it wants is sand, something that Poole didn't want. Okay, so I built all of this. This is one big, huge build. So here's my warehouse. I've got a sand harvester over here delivering sand. Okay, got my water, and here I've got a wheat and sheep farms. Okay, and check this out, huh? Here, what I did is I made my own little water area. And just for grins, while I'm at it, and I do have the money, I'm going to show you how that works. Okay. Now the beauty of this is look at how these water pumps in the back here are all connected to this BV Belle Valley Water 1. Okay. These 5 pumps here are all connected to BV Water 2. And the trucks won't cross each other's paths because I did not create an intersection between this water pump here and BV Water 1. See? So yeah, just being so careful about where you make intersections or just don't make intersections. That's what I'm trying to do is isolate traffic so that traffic goes on kind of its own little way, and that is a great way to manage traffic. Okay, and then you don't need Mickey Mouse ways to do things. As you can see, I have like a space between these sugar fields where I could run run a road. Just always planning for the future. Leave spaces for where you want to place roads. But let's take a look at how did I do that over there. Okay, I'm going to start, say, right here. I'm going to draw myself a 1 by 8. Okay, like that. I'm moving my mouse down, and what it does is creates a water hex. It's going to cost me $450,000. Click on the mouse, boom-o. Now I can pop in 3 hexes now, okay? 3 hexes. I have to be 3 hexes away so that I can place, as you can see, the gathering pumps. And connect them up nice. And it's just that easy. And then I can do the same thing. Now, of course, I didn't have the room here to build the second water plant, but you can see how easy that is and how nice and elegant it all is. It's a little cheaper if you don't always connect things up. And like I said, it's all about routing the traffic. So I've got like rubber, I've got vegetable fields, I've got the sheep, got wheat, vegetables. Okay, now I've got some lumber here, just kind of off by itself. But let's check this out, huh? So now what I have is copper, and I've got gas. Petrochemical plant, scrubber 1, scrubber 2. Okay, so there's my 2 scrubbers. 1 kept petrochem, 2 scrubbers. Now I've got a bunch of these, so I've got 3 copper wire plants, and I've got 2 copper tube plants, because I think copper wire was in a little more demand than the copper tubing. So so now the copper is now feeding all of these plants. Now I finished up the research tech for the research tech for more destinations. So I've got 6 destinations now per facility, and then I'll have to bump it up by another 3 to 9. Speaking of research, okay, notice that I'm now researching potatoes and olives because I'm going to sell those in Belle Valley. I didn't need to research them for Poole. Working on the summer clothes, still have the wall panels up. Now I've added glass and ceramics. Um, so as you can see right now, here I am. I'm still casting about for direction in my research. So I haven't filled it all out yet. But you got to be flexible. And as conditions change, like I buy this new region, the city wants new stuff. Then I'm going to buy some new stuff. So let's let the clock run. So yeah, last month I made 875,000 in cash flow. Now sometimes you get these pathing alerts, okay, and it'll look like there's just nothing wrong, and there isn't. The pathing alert, it just somehow something will get lost, and after a while the pathing alert will just go away. So you don't have to be freaking out about it. And of course, now what I'm doing is while I'm talking about that in the video, I'm saying, like, go away, little pathing alert, to show the people that, there you go, thank you. That was good timing. Oh, and now it comes back again, or maybe it's a different one. But now, as you can see, I've got copper, gas, I've got copper tubing and wires going into Belle Valley. Oh, that's right. That's the pathing alert. Duh, the water siphon plant. So yeah, no problem. And that's not hurting anything. And of course, the contract deliver 50 wooden planks to Emmett. I don't think so. So oh, and now hold on a second. Okay, let's see. We're going to look at, I guess it's Poole. Let's go. Whoopsie. There. Okay, I'm going to do a level up. So let's just go ahead. I've got money. Oh, I don't have money. Okay, I'll have money soon. Ooh, now see, there's negative. Now it's going back to positive. Now to negative. So you have ebb and flow. Probably shouldn't be trying to do this right now. Okay, hold on now. Let's try this again. Okay, and now we can choose, oh, what did I want? Ironmongery, toy store, construction goods. Maybe I'll go with construction goods. There you go. And there's the fireworks. This was when Poole jumped up at around 306,000. So it's a little over 300,000. And you can see it's running profitable and stuff. And deliver beef to Archibald. Okay, well, let's see where I went next. Here it is, January 1 of year 9. And I've gotten to my next big step. I just spent $5.91 million. Okay, I've got $13.33 million remaining to pay on the $20 million loan. 24 payments out of the 36, so I'm 1/3 of the way through. And that cost me $611.11 thousand per month, taken out on the first of the month. Now, as you can see, I have $799,000 left. So what did I build for all that money? Well, let's focus in right here. I now am making wood planks. I got 2 of them. I've also got a bunch of paper mills. I got 5 of them. Okay. And of course, here's the air purifier in between. Now, if we look in here, rural won't produce any pollution. Light industry will produce air pollution, which requires the air purifier. Okay? Heavy industry creates ground pollution. That's why you need the chemical scrubber. Okay? Now, the one other thing, other kind of pollution is offshore oil. And offshore oil produces water pollution, which requires the water cleaner, which uses sand to clean the water. But it also produces, the plant itself also produces ground pollution. So you got to have a chemical scrubber nearby to keep the ground clean. So offshore oil, I just kind of like, nah, that requires a little too much pollution control. So I try to just stay with the onshore stuff, where I only need the chemical scrubber. So I also added another lumber yard right in here at the corner, right next to the warehouse here. And so I've got wood going, from the lumber to the paper mills, and to the wood planks and to the warehouse. And this is going to be going to the warehouse. I don't have anything hooked up yet. And as you can see, I've increased these to 5 and 5 each now. So now that I've got demand for lumber, I can increase my lumber yards and feed the wood planks and the paper mills. So slowly but surely, as you can see, I'm diversifying my product line. Now, if we look at what am I researching? It's the nope, right here, the +3 destination slots. That's always good to have. So now instead of 6 with this, 3 original +3 is 6, +3 is 9. So now I can distribute to 9 places, from gatherers, farms, things like that, warehouses. Okay. Now, here's something funny. See this 5 tiles collection radius? After playing it and stuff, I realized, you know what? This is a waste. I don't really need to be, and you can see I got the other one down here, another +5 that would take a whole bunch of time and money. But I just don't need to increase the tile collection radius of warehouses. You could just so easily use direct distribution to the warehouse. So this is like a waste of time and money to research. Of course, at the time, I really didn't realize that, but after doing it, now I look back and it's like, yeah, that was a waste of time. These were good researches right there. This right here, the truck capacity was good. And you notice I'm not touching this stuff. The +10 warehouse storage, +15 warehouse storage. No, no, no. If you're using these, then you're losing the game. You do not want to store stuff in your warehouses. You want it to deliver it to the stores. Sell, sell, sell. Keep your warehouses clean. Deliver 56 bricks to gasket. Yeah, sure. So, as you can see, they're all functioning now. And traffic is still not doing too bad. If I come up here to my map label and look at my traffic heat map, it's all green. I like that. It's all green, even right here in this busy stretch by this warehouse here. Yeah, if you just think it through, you can keep your whoops, you can keep your um, stuff nice and simple. Oh, I guess I got to click on that right there. Okay, and then that shuts it off. Well, let's see where I get to with my next segment. Here we are. It's November 1st of year 9, about 10 months later, and my next new thing, let's see, I spent a whopping 450K, and what did I buy for the money? I've got 4.11 million in cash on hand. Okay, so what I did is I bought a heavy fabric plant, a textile plant, but now I've got it switched to heavy fabric. As you can see, these factories, you have this fabric thing that you can set to different products. So one textile factory makes all kinds of different products depending on what you set that factory to. And yeah, you can switch a factory from one thing to another. I've done it. So now here, the heavy fabric requires 2 fiber and 1 leather. Okay, so where do I get my leather from? Right here from the cattle farm here. So the cow farm is now sending, whoopsie, 1 directly to PH Fabric 1. So I am not sending warehouse to warehouse, warehouse to PH Fabric 1. And just for grins, I added a fiber 9. So it's sending 2 fiber to PH Fabric 1. So that's how I'm set that up. The other significant thing that I did, I paid off the Poole loan. So that $20 million loan that I took out to buy the permit for Belle Valley has now been paid off. My starter loan is at 3.42 million. I have 41 payments remaining. So basically I'm almost 2/3 of the way done with paying off the starter loan. And like I said, do not pay off your starter loan prematurely. It's free money. And then somewhere down the road you pay it off, then you got to borrow and pay interest. So let the just starter loan just pay itself off. And that's the best way to work. So let's run some clock here real quick. And let's see. Ooh, so fiber 9 is running nice. I might have had fiber 9 already set up. So yeah, that's what I did, is at 450,000 for a textile factory. And I really didn't need to make much road. You know, I just popped my road out a little bit. And as you can see, the heavy fabric factory is running. So let's see what I did with my next build. Here it is, February 1st of year 10, a couple months later. And I have just spent, what is it, about 981,000. My profit for last month was 1.84 million on sales of 4.1 million. So being able to get Belle Valley into the mix has really helped improve my profitability. Now, you know, it's kind of a challenge. I did this several weeks ago, and now coming back to these save games and decision points is sometimes, okay, what did I do in this one? In this one, what I did is I built an air purifier here. So I had to add an extra water pump here. So I balanced out the water by adding another paper mill. Okay, so I have 1 water going here, 1 water going there. That allowed me to build 1 extra water pump for my water plant. And the air pollution was starting to get bad here, to where it was just, yeah, it looked bad. And now when I look at the pollution heat map, now it's looking much better. You can see how, yeah, it's a little bit now. Okay, you can see how the air purifiers go to work, and they definitely make a difference. So you definitely got to watch out for your traffic. Now here, what's really funny is this. Here I researched these 2+5 tiles collection radius bonus, and now, yeah, I would never do that again. Deliver 52 wooden planks to Belle Valley. No, even if it's my property, I just don't even bother with it. Just say no to contracts. So I'm just building up money here, as you can see. Ooh, permit to build in the region and cost of all buildings reduced by 25% for 60 months. San Leandro. Actually, that certainly looks like an interesting concept, and I'm just short of it. But I wonder, let's see, will one of the AIs? I guess not. But I'm going to get ready to expand. And so let's see what I do with my next build. Okay, we're back. It's March 25th of year 10. And remember how I just left off in the last segment where there was a PR event for a region? Well, in the game that I was playing, I got a permit to build in the region and cost of all buildings reduced by 25% for 60 months, Baton Rouge. So, what did I do? Since I paid off the loan. Now, one of the reasons why I pay off loans early is to go ahead not only save interest expense because the loan amount remaining is the principal only. So if you pay it off early, you reduce your interest expense, okay? Not only that, more importantly, you free up that line of credit. So now I can borrow $20 million from Poole again, okay, which I just did. And let's take a look at Baton Rouge. Okay, so here's Baton Rouge. And where is it? Just south of Belle Valley, okay? Now, why was I really happy to buy Baton Rouge? Look at the iron and coal. So finally, I have iron and coal, and I can start to build steel, okay? Or glass. I need coal to build glass with sand. So getting regions with different resources is really important. So let's just take a quick look. People LLC now has 3 regions. I have 3 regions, and Force LLC only has 2 regions. And what's funny is I'm prospering while the other 2 were merely still gaining. They never get into the prospering stage because the AIs were never programmed to be good. So now I've got one of these small little cities, okay, 50,000, 795, stagnating. Okay, so standard operating procedure, what do I build? I got rubber, olives, vegetables, and cotton that I'm building. And if I go to Baton Rouge here, and let's take a look. So here I've got olives. Chicken, I can do chicken and eggs. So yeah, I will be getting into the chicken farm business because now I have a place where I can sell chicken and eggs and not worry about having excess. So let's just let the clock run a little bit. Okay. And what's my tech tree doing? Oh, see, I'm researching chickens already. As soon as I got that, I knew. I'm still kind of drifting here. I'm getting ready to build steel and glass, okay, ceramics, and I've moved my summer clothes down a little bit all of a sudden because now I got something different to interest me with the new region. So your research, even though I fill up a lot of slots, I'm still looking to figure out what I want to do. Now that hourglass kind of thing right there, the efficiency thing here, I'm getting ready to do R&D monthly investment $1 million. So I'm getting ready to kick it up a notch on my investing so that I can start researching even faster and stuff. So yes, I deliver 3 eggs to Orem. Who cares? I don't have a chicken farm yet, so I'm just going to say no to the contracts. So let me be back in a moment, and let's see what I developed then. Back again, it's June 1st of year 10, so not much time has transpired, but I now have a chicken field and wheat. So here's some interesting concept here. I've got 3 wheat fields, so I'm growing 6 wheat. I'm sending 5 to the chicken plant, 1 to the warehouse. Okay? But I'm not sending the wheat to anywhere from the warehouse. Right now I'm accumulating it. I have a different way to move the wheat from this warehouse to the state, which means running it up the road to Belle Valley. And that will be in a future episode. So for now, I've at least got, now I've got the chickens researched. Researching steel. Okay. So that's going to be my next build. I will be building steel in this area, 2 coal and 1 iron ore, and I will do it all with gas that gets turned into chemicals that gets transported from Belle Valley way over here, okay, to over here to run the pollution control plants. So my next build is going to be pretty cool because I think it'll also involve the railroad if I remember correctly. Here I got the research breakthrough, research speed up by 25%. That's really cool. Here's a new screen that I haven't shown you yet, and it's called the budget overview. And you can set it from like last 3 months, last 6 months, last 12 months, last 24, or like all. And you can see with that total income, you can see how, where's that line at? This line. Oh, that loan's taken. Yeah. That's a growth one. But all of these, let's see, total income is going, you can see how it spikes up and down and stuff. But I'm doing pretty good. You can look at your sales, and it's got it like by settlement, okay? And so like Poole, I'm selling 20.49 million. I'm actually selling some to, I guess these are lifetime total sales. So I'm selling to Indianapolis the beef, okay, because I can't sell beef to Poole. And Belle Valley, you can see, is up to 13 million, and now Baton Rouge is starting to pick up some sales for my stuff. I can do it by buildings, okay. Look at like farms or factories, okay, or products. So I could look at different kind of products. Like there's gas. And then it'll show the hardware stores that it can be sold at. Or coal. So the budget overview is a cool little feature. So now, that you've seen that I've been able to expand into new regions. And I'm sure that my next episode is going to start off with me having built the steel plants here, and then I'm going to be running steel up to Belle Valley because it's got that ironmongery there that'll want it. So yeah, this is kind of fun. Slowly but surely I'm branching out and going to be able to show you new features of the game. So I hope that you'll be back for my next episode as I keep expanding my region. I keep making a lot of money. I mean, now I'm just like running, in the green. I got 4.62 million in sales last month, 1.47 million in profit. And now you can see why I'm ready to go from 250,000 a month in R&D investment to $1 million. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a great time.